Have you ever heard the story of the lion that the entire jungle thought was finished? But later the world realized he was the most powerful mind to ever exist? Deep inside a quiet jungle, there lived a lion that everyone talked about, but not for the reasons you might expect. This lion wasn't the fastest, he wasn't the strongest, and he certainly wasn't the king of the jungle. In fact, many animals believed he would never survive, because something about him was different. While other lions ran across the jungle chasing prey and showing their strength, this lion often sat alone, silently staring at the sky. Night after night, he watched the stars. The other animals laughed when they saw him. Look at him. The hyenas mocked. A lion who doesn't hunt. A lion who just stares at the sky like a lost dreamer. But what they didn't understand was that inside that quiet lion's mind, something extraordinary was happening. He wasn't just looking at the sky. He was trying to understand it. Why do the stars shine? What exists beyond the darkness? How big is the universe above the jungle? Questions no animal had ever asked before. But just when life was already difficult for him, something terrible happened. One day the lion began to feel strange. His body started becoming weaker. At first it was small things. He couldn't run as fast as before. Then walking started becoming difficult. Days passed, and the problem became worse. Soon the lion struggled just to stand. Imagine that. A lion, the symbol of strength, slowly losing control of his own body. The jungle noticed, and the whispers began. This lion won't survive much longer. He's too weak now. Even the jungle's wisest healers had the same prediction. They believed the lion only had a short time left to live. For most creatures, that would have been the end of the story. But for this lion, it was only the beginning. Because instead of giving up, the wounded lion made a decision that no one expected. If my body refuses to move, he thought, then my mind will travel further than any lion ever has. So while the jungle ran, fought and hunted, the wounded lion kept thinking. Day after day, night after night, he studied the stars. He thought about time. He imagined invisible forces in space. His body continued getting weaker, but his mind grew sharper than ever. Soon something strange started happening. Animals from other parts of the jungle began coming just to hear him speak, because the lion who could barely move was explaining things no one else could understand. He spoke about the universe. He spoke about strange objects in space that could swallow light itself. He spoke about time as if it were something that could bend and twist. The same animals who once laughed at him now sat in silence, listening carefully. The wounded lion had become something far greater than a hunter. He had become the greatest mind the jungle had ever seen. And his ideas didn't stay inside the jungle for long. His thoughts traveled far beyond it, across lands, across oceans, across the entire world. The lion who once struggled to stand was now helping humanity understand the universe itself. And the most unbelievable part? He did all of this while trapped inside a body that could barely move. Now think about that for a moment. A lion who couldn't run. A lion who couldn't hunt. A lion who couldn't even stand. Yet somehow, he became greater than every lion in the jungle. So here's the question. Do you know who that wounded lion really was? Do you know the name of the lion whose body slowly stopped working, but whose mind reached the stars? That wounded lion was Stephen Hawking, a brilliant scientist who lived with a devastating disease called amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, also known as ALS. When doctors diagnosed him, they believed he had only 2 years left to live. But he refused to accept that ending. Instead, he lived for more than 50 years after that diagnosis. Sitting in a wheelchair, speaking through a computer, he helped the world understand black holes, time, and the mysteries of the universe. So the next time life makes you feel weak, the next time people tell you that you can't do something, remember the wounded lion who couldn't even move, yet reached the stars with his mind. Because sometimes the lion everyone believes is finished becomes the one who changes the entire world. Pauper and Sparkles.